What you see here is an ECU, electronic control unit. It is the control unit that manages the engine's electronic injection, and in addition, other complementary functions, such as the ignition system, all of the timing adjustments, and the electric fan. These are parts of the cooling control system, as well as some other functions that are related to additional modules, which are connected to the ECU through a control network. This network in turn corresponds to various body functions. Do these ECUs break? Yes, they do break. And they mainly tend to break or fail over time because they're exposed to a wide variety of both normal and abnormal operating conditions inside the area where they're installed, which is most often or usually in the engine compartment of the vehicle. Inside that compartment, just imagine that. Especially if it's a diesel system, it's exposed to the constant vibrations generated by the engine. So this is constantly vibrating, and that means the robustness, the overall strength and durability, as well as the soldering of the electronic components can be damaged over time and may eventually cause some internal false contact issues. On the other hand, imagine that another thing we have in the engine bay is a very high temperature, which is constantly changing from cold to hot and then back to cold again, creating a challenging environment for all the components inside. To hot engine, cold engine, that also for sure affects it. On the other hand, there are many things related to lack of maintenance. Many times, the lack of sufficient knowledge and understanding from technicians, mechanics, and even the user themselves causes the batteries to be in poor condition. They're simply not in the condition they should ideally be in. There might be an ignition system that has gone without proper maintenance, or there could be problems with the coils, ignition wires, or spark plugs. All of those issues greatly affect the internal electronics, especially the microcontroller part. That electrical devices are extremely sensitive to electrical noise and to voltage drops and spikes that can be generated in the battery, especially if the battery is worn out, very old and exposed, for example, to the current needed by the starter motor. In the starter motor, there is a very large voltage fluctuation, which is one of the causes that can lead to a failure in the ECU. Something very important, in addition to the maintenance that mechanics have to perform, is to handle the ECU properly, both externally and internally. Because many times during a careful and thorough inspection of the module, it unfortunately gets opened, the protective cover is removed, and this is often not done with the proper tools or the necessary knowledge. That can also, due to poor practice and improper handling, cause an internal failure or malfunction of the module. What do we do if we have this module, the ECU, damaged? First, we need to go to a workshop that is specialized in automotive electronics laboratories in order to get a thorough and proper diagnosis. From that diagnosis, we can get two possible types of failures with different solutions. First, we might actually have irreversible damage to the ECU, and in that case, we will definitely have to replace it. But in most cases, this module can be repaired. There's also another option, which is to replace it with a remanufactured module. This case is very important because remanufacturing electronic modules is what's being used worldwide today. And it's an interesting option, particularly when the module simply can't be found new, which does happen in some cases, for example. Ultimately, we're going to have a process that starts with an initial diagnosis. In most cases, we'll be able to successfully repair it, but we need to go to a specialized laboratory to get the job done properly, and so that the ECU really ends up in the same condition it would be in if it were brand new. At SIA Electronica, we develop diagnostic equipment for this and other modules, and we provide training for workshops and specialized labs. And here I'm showing you a machine, a special tool for doing reballing, which is one of the necessary processes. This is typically used when we have broken or cracked solder joints on some of the internal microchips that these ECUs, these electronic control modules, might have inside them. This is a job that definitely requires special training, but it also gives us many different possibilities, not just for repairs, but also for the important process of remanufacturing the modules. What we're doing here with this advanced machine is we have an ECU that we need to desolder and then solder again in order to do a process called reballing. We have a high-resolution camera and a precision laser to help us center the ECU perfectly in the machine. And we also have a special centering carriage that it allows us to very precisely center the microcontroller, which will then be carefully lowered using this specialized tool, the spindle mechanism. And it will be centered and positioned on the main board. All of this can be seen on this screen. And we have some tools to do the centering, which has to be meticulously precise so that the job is done correctly to ensure the highest level of accuracy. If you want to know more about all of this, about the diagnostic equipment, the training, and the services that CEA offers, you can check our website at ceaelectronica.com.